Hi guys, welcome back to the 12 days of foundation. It is day 8 and so far I don't have a cold or flu. Each time I've done the 12 days of foundation, the first 2 times I gave myself the flu. So that's why I'm pre-filming in advance to make things a little bit easier on myself. But anyways, today it is all about the Revlon Candid Foundation. This is their newest foundation. They also launched the Total Cover. I don't have my shade in that yet, but if you'd like me to review it, let me know down below. But excited to try this out. It says it's a natural finish anti-pollution foundation. So if you missed the first 7 days of the 12 days of foundation, where I am reviewing one foundation every day for 12 days, I will link them down below along with some other oily skin content that you may be interested in. But let's go ahead and get started. So this foundation launched about a month ago. I feel like I haven't seen a ton on it, but I try not to watch foundation reviews unless I'm trying to figure out my shade before I actually review a foundation myself. So this is the Revlon Photo Ready Candid Foundation. Like I said, it is a natural finish anti-pollution foundation, which is kind of interesting. And on the back here, it talks about having medium buildable coverage, but it also is anti-pollution, has antioxidants, and anti-blue light. And anti-blue light is a huge thing right now. I've seen it in a bunch of skincare as well. And that is essentially, I'm pretty sure, the kind of light that is reflected from things like computer screens, phone screens, and will give you wrinkles. And I know because my phone has started telling me how long my screen is on or how long I'm looking at my phone a day that I definitely could use some anti-blue light. So I'm going to use the shade 440 Caramel today. I don't know that this is necessarily the best shade for me. This is what was sent to me. In the Revlon Color Stay, I wore Toast. I can't remember what I wore in the other Insta Filter foundation or whatever that is, but those will both be linked down below. Today I'm going to try out Caramel, and then I also have the concealer as well. So this is the Photo Ready Antioxidant Concealer, so we'll give this a test today. Drugstore concealers for me are a little bit dicey, so we will see how this goes. So I'm going to go ahead and prime this half of my face and we'll get started. So as you can see, this foundation, it comes with a pump, but it's in kind of like a squeezy tube, and you can see through it but not actually, just if you look very closely, similar to what L'Oreal did with their whatever that supposedly full coverage foundation was. It's actually just kind of like a printed thing, so that's not the actual true color of what's inside the packaging, so keep that in mind. I'm going to pump out, I pumped out about that much on the back of my hand. You can see it's quite thick. And I'm just looking at the Ulta website here. It's probably a little bit slower to get to Canada, potentially. I didn't see it on the Shoppers website, but it says it is free of oils, parabens, phthalates, synthetic dyes, and fragrances, and then it has the anti-pollution, anti-blue light, plus antioxidants. It says to be medium buildable. I'm using a sponge, which will always kind of lessen the coverage slightly. But it says it's skincare inspired, and the cool thing about this, or the nice thing I guess, is that it comes in 31 shades, which I think is great. I've always had a little bit of trouble with Revlon foundations. I feel like they could use a little bit of an overhaul when it comes to their shades. It's like they're always very close, similar to how CoverGirl like rehauled their shades recently. I thought that they did such a good job on their new True Matte foundation. True Blend Matte Made foundation, because they were all a little bit pink, and I feel like Revlon can do the same sometimes. That being said, this blended out so nice. It is a little bit too reddy orange for me, but the concealer I have looks quite yellow, so perhaps that will change it. But the finish looks so smooth, a little shiny but very smooth. And on the Ulta website, this retails for $10.99. That most likely will not be the case in Canada. Blends out really quickly. I would say it does have pretty good coverage. Right off the bat though, I don't know how much people with oily skin will like this. It doesn't say it's for any particular skin type, but it says it's a creamy texture that goes on like a moisturizer, blends invisibly to even out, tone weightlessly, keeps you moisturized all day, which aren't necessarily all like bad things. Like, you know, you want to moisturize oily skin, but this might be a little bit too much moisture. I was actually so pleasantly surprised by their Insta Filter foundation. That was such a beautiful natural foundation. And of course, Revlon Color Stay is a classic for those of us with oily skin. And well, they have a dry skin version too. Yeah, definitely a little bit orange. Let's hope it doesn't oxidize. But it looks good, the actual finish. So we looking a little bit orange, but in the words of every YouTuber ever, it's not as bad in person, I swear. But it definitely is on the kind of really, really warm side. So I'm gonna hopefully pair that down with the concealer, but I did want to mention this does come with 0.75 fluid ounces in here, which is less than the average size of a foundation, about 25% less. The average size is about a full fluid ounce, which is a bit of a bummer considering it's not claiming to be like a high pigment, super full coverage foundation. That being said, I do feel like a little bit goes a long way to get a really nice coverage here. I didn't end up using everything that was on my hand. So for the concealer today, again, this was the shade that was sent to me. This is the shade Medium Deep, I believe. Yeah, Medium Deep 050. In here, you're getting 0.35 fluid ounces, and the nice thing about this concealer is it comes with 18 different shades. I haven't seen all the shades for either of the products in person, so I can't say if it looks like a really good range or not, but 18 shades for a drugstore concealer is very, very good, and I really like the applicator that it comes with. You can see the applicator there. It's an interesting kind of shape. So I'm gonna go ahead, put it under my eyes, and then, oh, I love this applicator. Put it under my eyes and then also on my nose, forehead, and chin a little bit. And this has pretty much the same claims as the foundation as to like anti-pollution, anti-blue light. It also says it has medium coverage, buildable with a natural finish. This seems to be a pretty good shade. It's a little bit lighter and it looks a little bit more stark because of how orange my foundation is. So I'm going to blend out the concealer that's not under my eyes with this Real Techniques brush. And I advise this with any concealer, but especially drugstore, to just let it set under your eyes a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and just pencil in my brows while I'm letting that set, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to blend it out with my finger first. That is my preferred method to keep the coverage. If you have problems with concealer disappearing on you, I recommend this method. I also slept for like 9 hours last night, and I feel like I don't know what to do with myself. I normally wake up at like 5 a.m., 5:30 every day. I can't help it. If you have any solutions, let me know. It's like no matter the time I go to bed, I'm always waking up at like 5:05 or 5:07. It's so weird. My body gets in these like states of like, okay, this is the time we wake up at now. And it's generally ungodly early. But today I was able to fall back to sleep twice until 8 a.m., which is like, that's like sleeping in till 1 p.m. for me. Like, I can't sleep in to save my life. Not even sleep in, like sleep till like 6:30, that's all I want. And especially because I'm doing like intermittent fasting, waking up at 5 and then eating at noon is like, really? It'd be really helpful if I could just wake up a little later. So that concealer actually looks really good, and it looks really good with the foundation. They really meld in together nicely. I'm just going to go over with my sponge because the shades are so different. One is so yellow and light, and the other one's like kind of dark and orange, but my face looks really good right now. Really super smooth. The finish looks beautiful. And if you have tried this and you're generally my shade, let me know what you are. Okay, so I'm gonna go and take some flash photos. I think this looks really good. The concealer is not super full coverage. It claims to be about a medium natural finish, and I think it's like a good finish concealer for what this foundation is as well. It could be a little bit more full in my preference. I tend to like a more full coverage concealer, but I think it looks good. And for me, for whatever reason, concealers are never as full coverage on me as they are on other people. So maybe it's just me, but I'm gonna go ahead and take some photos and I'll be right back. Okay, full face of makeup is on, and I think things look so good. I don't know why I had, not that I had low hopes for this foundation, but I just kind of was unsure going into this because I hadn't really seen much about it, but I think that my face looks so flawless. The shade is still slightly off, but I think that it looks really, really good, super, super smooth, and it's not completely full coverage, but because I'm just kind of covering up acne scarring now and I don't have any major breakouts, I think that it looks really good on the skin, and I think because it has those moisturizing qualities and kind of that medium, more natural finish, if you do have more textured skin, it's going to be more forgiving than something that's super matte. And I think I almost even put too much on my face building it up. It was really easy to blend out. So very, very happy with this so far. As always, everything I'm wearing on my face will be listed down below. I did just test out this Lancome flower highlighter for the first time, so I will link to that Instagram video down below as well. But yeah, things look really good. I meant to take a flash photo when I just had the foundation on, but I didn't do that. So I took my photos when I had the foundation and concealer on. Here in my studio lighting looks super natural, really gorgeous. And then in the dark hallway, I think it looks good as well. There's definitely a little bit of lightness under my eyes from the concealer, sorry. I'm actually a little bit surprised that the product doesn't have SPF listed in it, as it is kind of like an anti-pollution type thing. I feel like that would go hand in hand, but I don't mind that as I generally wear an SPF on my face anyways. So I think things look good. That being said, I don't know about this for oily skin. I already kind of feel a little something coming through on my chin and my nose, but I will continue to wear it, of course, and I will check back with you in some natural light. Hey guys, coming to you with my midday check-in. I'm gonna have to keep looking at my computer because I'm literally waiting for My Favorite Murder podcast tickets to go on sale right now. I feel like it's unlikely with the pre-sales, but anyways, I wanted to check in. I think things look good. When I was looking up close just then, I feel like it's not as smooth and like hydrated looking as when I first put it on, and it feels like oils are coming through, but then my skin also doesn't look oily, so I think it's just starting to feel a little bit heavy on my skin. But as you can see here, the shade match doesn't look as bad. Okay, BRB, hold on. Okay, I'm back. I think my friend got tickets. I'm so excited. I'm like, how did I get tickets to the Spice Girls and I can't get tickets to My Favorite Murder? But anyways, very excited. But yeah, I think the foundation looks good. It definitely doesn't look as good as when I first applied it, but I think it still looks okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and wear this for a few more hours, and I'll see you at the end of the night. Can I sit here? You want to sit on my lap? Oh, hi guys. Doing my foundation check-in. Looks so good. Hey guys, here I am at the end of the night. I've got Rue on my lap for a check-in, like an evil... Who is that guy? Oh, an Inspector Gadget. Do you remember the hand with the cat? Maybe I'm dating myself. But anyways, here at the end of the day... Okay, get down there. Here at the end of the day, things look okay. Like, I'm definitely on the orange side for sure. A new shade match is in order. It doesn't look as good as when I put it on, which I mean, most foundations don't, but when I put it on, it looked so incredible and so smooth. I think I may have gotten a little bit carried away and put on too much. If you do have oily skin, although I'm not oily right now, my oily spidey senses are tingling, and I feel like this might get quite oily on your skin. I can't say for sure, of course, as I've mentioned, I'm in a bit of an awkward place with my skin where I don't totally know what my skin type is right now, but from the consistency of when I put it on and the way it feels on my face, I really feel like it could get kind of oily on your face, especially if you have very oily skin. If you're combo, normal, or dry, I think you may like this one. It did look gorgeous on application, and I liked the concealer as well, and I still like the way that it looks right now. The shade match is off. The concealer, it's not very full coverage, so if you like something full coverage, this is not going to be the one for you, but it is a nice medium coverage foundation. And actually today I've pretty much just been editing the first 3 days of the 12 days of foundation, and I'm honestly so just sick of looking at my face and hearing myself talk. It's a weird part of being a YouTuber that you don't think about, but like, I'm looking at myself basically all day, and I'm just like sick of hearing myself talk, and here I am doing it again. So I'm excited to wash my face and relax for the evening. So this foundation is an interesting one. I think it has a really beautiful smooth finish, and I think it would be even better if you're able to get away with not powdering your face. There is a setting powder that comes in this line. I don't have it to test it out, so I can't totally speak to that, but definitely give this a try if you are curious, and if you can find a good shade match. That's kind of the biggest downfall for me with Revlon is the shades, but I think this foundation has some great potential. I am, however, going to need to get another shade, so hopefully I'll be able to find a better shade for myself, and if I do, I will update you in a future video. But stay tuned for tomorrow, day 9 of the 12 days of foundation, and if you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!